watching PowerNation. Today on Music City Trucks, our Lo-Fi S-10 project goes out to see a specialist to get in tune with the 90s with a fully custom audio system.
Then, we get an inside look at what it actually takes to design and build that system.
Then we go pick it up and test out the system.
Oh my gosh.
And we were surprised at their attention to detail. This has got to be the most iconic design.
Welcome to Music City Trucks. I'm Eric Smart.
And I'm Mark Chris, and it's finally time to bring back our mini truck project. This is our Lo-Fi S-10 that we're building, and as you can see, we're not in the shop because it's time to do some audio.
Yep, and audio is way outside of our usual wheelhouse, so we're here at the Outlaw Garage in Columbia, Tennessee to see an expert who can give us a hand.
Check it out.
Hello,
You must be Joey.
I'm Joey. Nice to meet you.
Mark,
Mark, good
nice to meet you, Joey. Heard a lot of good things about you.
I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. What we can do for you?
Well, we were hoping to get a little bit of help getting an audio system put in.
Hey, we're all about that.
Seems like the right place to go. Do you mind if we take a look around?
Yeah, come on. We're a full custom audio shop. We do a lot of Rockford Fosgate product, anywhere from our motorcycle stuff that we have here on this display. We also have back in the back, we have a lot of the marine stuff that we do for the boats. We also power sports too, for side-by-sides, things like that. Let me just show you some of the stuff we have up here. This is our Rockford line that we do. We do have different levels of amplifiers that we can choose from depending on what you're wanting to do. I've got some different levels of speakers that we have from these guys also. Anywhere from a lower end all the way up to a high end, and anywhere in between that we can do.
Okay, so we told you we have a project. Didn't tell you what it was. It's a 95 S-10 mini truck. We were hoping that you'd be willing to take it on. Is that something that you want to do?
I would love to be involved and go look at it and kind of get an idea of what we can fit in there.
Glad we found you because we want this to be done right.
Well, we do appreciate it. We'll take care of you.
Let's go unload the truck. Well, while they're out there unloading the truck, I figured I would check this thing out. It caught my eye. Looks like the entire back seat is removed permanently, and I don't think those are bookshelves in there. I think this thing's gonna be a pretty serious system. I need to ask Joey about this. Either way, this is gonna be a really cool truck. Well, this is it.
Well, that's a good platform to start with. We have done many of these trucks in the day.
Yeah, so let's just give you a little update on what the project is and where we're going. So It is a mini truck, so it does have suspension. We've already installed the air suspension on the truck. It's got a full back half 5-link air suspension. It does have bags in the front with the shock mounts relocated as well, so it does lay frame. We're also going to, later on, do a tonneau cover and wheels and tires, and that's pretty much it. And we're hoping to connect the dots and bridge all that together with your help on the interior and the sound system.
Any kind of ideas on what you guys were wanting to do stereo-wise? Okay.
So we had a little bit of an idea, taken from the 90s mini truck style, maybe a blow-through or something like that. Something that's gonna catch attention.
Well, that'd be perfect, especially if you're going to be doing the tonneau cover instead of having a camper shell on the back. Then we could actually do a cut through in the back. That would probably leave us a little bit of room to do some stuff behind it. We just need to get some measurements between the back wall and where you guys do have the fender well cuts, so we can see what kind of depth we've got and kind of come up with a box design for that.
Sounds like you're gonna have your hands full though, so we should probably get out of your way.
Sounds fun.
We'll leave it with you.
All right.
Thanks, Joey.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you. Started out as an installer, but like I said, when we opened my own business back in '89, obviously I had to run the shop and do installations. Still like being the installer. I don't like being the salesperson as much because I just like to get my hands dirty. Through the 90s was just phenomenal for car audio for us. I think the industry itself was that way. Crazy now, I mean, here we are, 2023, the mini truck season is blown up huge. We're seeing a lot of that older stuff coming back, which for me, I love it because that's what we were doing and we were in it as that stuff was coming out. We as a company want to be known as doing the older stuff. When we first talked about the truck, I knew y'all were going to be doing an air ride system on it and you were going to do the tubs and all in the back. So we started looking at the blow-through setup. We started looking at the blow-through setup. And 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 we started looking at the Well, I got to looking at playing around with some of the parameters that we were left with. Instead of doing a huge cut through and having all the speakers, man, we went back to like that bandpass design that I was talking about earlier, where we've got a 3-chamber box basically. We got woofers in 2 sealed chambers firing into a common chamber, and then we cut a huge hole in the middle of the bed, and it's right dead center of the truck. So this way, because we're doing bucket seats in the truck, that kept everything right in the center, and it gave us some room to put the amplifier still on the inside of the truck. And the way you guys had laid out the tanks and the bags and the pieces in the back, I wanted to keep all that showcased like it was, and I'd have our stuff all mixed in the middle of it. So I decided, let's put our amplifiers inside and put them behind the seat.
Coming up next, we check in on our Lo-Fi S-10 project and give you an update on the progress.
We did get the box built. We came up with a design for 2 12s and a band pass.
Well, it's been a few weeks since we stopped by Outlaw Garage to check in on our Chevy S-10 build, so we decided to stop by and get a progress report.
Oh, hey guys, how's it going?
Good, we're just checking on the progress on our truck here.
Well, we got a few things done since last time you guys were here. What we started with back here in the back, where you guys already had all the air ride stuff going. I knew you wanted to put the screen back here in the back, so we actually made a little pod that we could actually put the controller in. It'll be secured down right here. We got all the wiring run down through the bed to kind of keep everything just real clean and uniform back here in the back and neat out of the way. We did get the box built. We came up with a design for 2 12s and a band pass. This is actually a piece of plexiglass, which right now I still got it covered because we want to scratch it, but we've actually got 3 chambers. There's a 12 on either corner firing into the center. And as you can see, we've actually got the port already cut through the back of the wall. We've already done all the matting and stuff underneath the carpet all the way up the back wall. Got the factory panel back in. Right now we're getting ready to work on the back panel. We've got the head unit in. And it's kind of a good thing you guys are here because I got some questions about doing this back panel and how we're going to cover everything.
What you got?
Well, wanted to find out from you guys if we're going to do kind of the color, if we're going to be staying with the kind of colors that we've got on the inside. That way I can kind of figure out on where the panel's being made. I've got some inserts that we can do that we might use some of those same colors in.
Well, that was one of the big things that we tossed around was, were we gonna change the interior over to like full black or a completely different color, or stick with the beige? And you know, that's just so much work trying to change the entire interior color. Maybe we can embrace the beige and then tie in the black. We'll get some black seats, you know, and then use both colors.
Let me show you what we've got.
Okay.
This is actually the back panel. I've already started on it. We're looking down at it right now. This is actually behind the driver's seat. This will be behind the passenger seat.
Oh, I see. This is where the hole comes through.
This is actually the port.
Yep.
So what we've done, I came in and made another insert piece here that's going to go at the top. This will all be attached to this panel. It'll be all vinyl wrapped, and then we'll actually have these 2 pieces I've actually done with acrylic. So the amplifiers will be mounted on this, but they're slightly larger than the amp, so you'll actually see from having a backlight on the back that we're going to put, this will actually light up on the corners. This is the actual piece of plexiglass here, and at this point all we'll do now is go back and sand and polish the edges, that way the light will transfer out the sides.
That's fancy.
So we have to attach this back wall to the back and keep it from vibrating, so I had to make some access places for some screws to go in the little pods I made. So by putting these inserts in here, we can actually bolt this piece in, and then we'll actually have panels that we'll actually have, and we can do these in the actual color of the tan. And that will bring the tan material color back into this, so it's not just all black back here in the back.
Yeah.
It'll give us some of that goldish color to go in, and then these panels will basically just be pressure fitted in. So if we ever had to service anything, you don't see any screws anywhere. Wow. Everything's completely hidden. Panels will pop out, we can pull the screws out and work from there.
Yeah. So it's gonna look good, it's gonna function well,
right,
and it's gonna be easy to service if you have to.
Right.
Hopefully we won't have to, but. So I think that's really cool how you're using like the lighting and the plexiglass, and you've got things like this is gonna be floating almost.
Right. It'll look like they're actually floating by the time, because this will be painted black, so you really won't see these. Just like now, if you're looking down, you don't see them. But once everything's blacked out, it's really gonna be dark, and that's when that light comes on, it'll really just reflect around it. And having the black on the background, it'll reflect the light better than having the goldish color back here. That's why I figured we tie in those on the accent pods. Well, now we've got all the new LED lighting out now. It's all more efficient, Wiring is a lot smaller, the wire is flexible now, we can actually bend the lights around stuff. So it gives us a lot more opportunity to do some stuff with lighting that we couldn't even do back then.
I couldn't even imagine this kind of stuff, much less execute it, nor do we have the tools. So this is why we brought it to you. So I guess we'll leave you with it. We'll get you some upholstery,
Okay.
get you the seats, and then we'll leave you to do your thing here. Looks like
good.
you've got a good grasp on this.
All right, appreciate it.
Thanks, Joey.
Thanks a lot.
Awesome.
Appreciate
See you
it.
soon.
Next up, our sound system is nearly complete, and Joey gives us some insight into his process and a history lesson into this part of the industry.
We're deep in our lo-fi Chevy S-10 project, and Joey from the Outlaw Garage is making great headway in getting our top-notch audio system installed.
Oh, we got our box now. We ended up cutting our panels back shorter just to kind of box everything in to still expose all of the back end work that you guys did at the shop. Did the plexiglass window where you could see down in the top. Obviously the box is ported into the back. And we made some different inset panels, so now we can go in to service it. The panels will be removable where we can take them out. And we did 3 different pieces just to make it a little bit simpler versus trying to bow a big panel to go back in the back. We also added this front piece here that if you can see in the writing, we will actually have your logo in, just like we have on the top. And then we've also come back and we're gonna add one more ring inside this that we will actually cover with the tweed material like it's on the back of the amp wall to tie in the colors that we're doing. And we'll possibly even do the same thing back here on this back side where the logo is. But now the box is all complete, so now it's just a matter of taking the pieces back out, putting some leather on them and putting them back in.
The Outlaw Garage installed a PMX 80H head unit that they got from Rockford Fosgate.
I like this piece because it's just a simple radio. This piece would work perfect because it still does Bluetooth. We can still plug in USB and still play music and stuff the same way. It still looks cool. It still even has a backup camera input on it. But at the end of the day, it has a good output. It sounds good. And to watch all those things still change throughout the year, but then you're still dealing with a line that started over 40 years ago. In the doors, we're going to do the Power Series 6.5. It's still not their top of the line speaker, but it is one of their higher end line coaxial speakers that we're putting in the door. We're doing a 4-channel amp to drive all those 4 speakers, so we're gonna have plenty of power to drive them. I still want a good, even flowing sound to where it still has a good mellow tone to where if you wanna play rock, you can. If you wanna play rap, it'll play rap. If you want to play old Merle Haggard country, the old type stuff, it'll still play that. And that's what we really try to instill in this build, is try to do something that still sounds really, really good, but we didn't have to put a ton of stuff in there to do it. And that's the whole thing I wanted to kind of do behind this without going crazy with a lot of equipment, but build something that can still do both ends of the spectrum, if you want to call it that.
So we asked Joey where he sees this industry heading.
The 90s was probably the biggest for car audio to ever be out there.
Oh, we got some mini trucks in here.
Yes, sir.
So I really feel like what the mini truck series is doing, and even with the OBS stuff, but mainly the mini truck, because that just seems where the focus it is right now, that is still in the game to this day, making product that still will do the same stuff that it did back in the day.
We all know there's CNC machines and 3D printers out there, so why does Joey still mostly do it by hand?
My grandfather was a woodworker, and he loved working with his hands. I'm the same. Whether I did mechanic work as a kid growing up before I got into this, I just like building stuff with my hands because when I get through, I can say, hey, I built that. I used to build boxes with a jigsaw, just because I just love working with a jigsaw. But I like to build stuff like that, and I like the sanding. I like the putting it together. If we want to build a template, now we can go in with a router and we can copy that template. We can copy that template 200 times, and they're going to be exact.
You've been doing this for over 40 years. What keeps you going, Joey?
I guess a lot of just my passion. I just like doing what I'm doing. And as long as when the customer picks it up and they're tickled with it, that's the payoff for me.
We partnered with TMI Products and they stepped up and provided us with the vinyl fabric that we used on our stereo components. As well as their Cruiser Collection bucket seats. Now these are a nice upgrade if your factory seats are in disrepair or if you want to step up to a sporty seat that's affordable. Very impressive.
Well, just finished up the inside, got the TMI seats put back in, everything's all buttoned up, ready to go, everything's level, everything works like it needs to. Now we're on to the back. I got just a couple of small little details we're going to change up back here in the back before the guys pick it up. But when they get here Monday to pick it up, everything should be ready to roll.
Coming up, our S-10 audio systems install is complete. Wait till you hear and see what they did. It will blow you away. I cannot wipe that smile off my face. Well, this is a very exciting big day for us because today's the day we get to pick up our truck.
Yep, Joey gave us a call, said he's got our audio system done, so let's check it out.
Joey, how's it going?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. We're glad to be here.
Glad y'all are here. Well, I think we got you guys ready to go.
I was hoping you'd take all the bedazzles off, but I
Yeah,
guess.
hey, we were going to, but I thought we'd leave it because it's kind of cool looking.
Well, let's see what you've done.
Come on in, we show what we've done on the inside so far.
Whoa.
We got the seats and all in from TMI. We got all the speakers in, got the head unit in for you guys. We did a console piece in the center, a factory piece. We actually mounted the controller for the air ride system is on there, and the bass knob is up in the front, where you can actually get to everything pretty easy. Then, we've also got
Wow.
all the amps are mounted on the back wall. We added some plexiglass with some lighting. You see the center is actually where the vent is for the sound to come from the back into the front.
Man, it looks factory. Like it looks like it's supposed to be there. Like
We
the
tried to-
console and all that.
Yeah, we tried to keep it clean and simple, not over the top, but something that would still blend with the seats,
I love it.
still stand out with what we're doing.
No, I think it's great.
It looks awesome.
Let me take you back here to the back, show you what we've done back here.
All right.
You remember on the air ride system, we ended up making a little controller piece because that's the Bluetooth controller for the air ride.
Uh-huh.
So we've got it mounted back here in the back, it's secure, everything's tied
That
down.
looks good.
And outside of that, we got a little surprise for you on the box that we did.
Okay.
See if you can see this.
Oh,
That is awesome.
that is too cool.
We went ahead and did the little blow through, like we did the glass on the top with the Rockford logo, since they're one of the sponsors for giving us some of the equipment and stuff that we did. We wanted to tie something else in the back, and I wanted to put your guys' logo on there, but after we started playing around with a few things, I'm like, look, we got a little picture window back in the back. We're gonna add some Hot Wheels back in the back.
Dude,
That's
is so
cool.
But if you
That is
notice,
awesome.
we've got a mini truck for the S-10.
Yeah.
We've even got the Fall Guy truck, because you guys just did that one on one of your episodes.
Yes.
And then I know you like old school trucks, so we put an old school truck in it.
Dude, that is so cool. That's definitely not what I expected.
I've never seen anything like that.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, this is better than I could have ever dreamed it.
This is why we brought you the truck.
Got one more thing for you too.
Okay.
Like to never found it, but we finally found one little S-10 pickup. And we thought since you guys were gonna be doing the paint job and maybe doing some graphics and all on it, you might could even have the truck painted to match the truck.
That
So we
would
thought that would be kind of
awesome.
cool to go with
Yeah.
it.
That's, yeah.
That's cool. Or maybe we should just paint this truck purple to match that.
Yeah, that'd be
might
easier.
easier.
Well, I mean, we got to see how it sounds now.
Let's listen to it.
Let's do it.
All right, and we got the head unit up here at the front. Like so, we've got your USB is actually mounted in the console. You can plug a thumb drive or plug your phone
Okay.
into it.
Cool.
We've got it set now, so if you want to, just start turning that, hit the little play pause button. And turn that volume on up. And keep on going. Get on up to about 25.
Go to 25?
All right, now take your bass knob and turn it up.
Oh, we're not even.
All the bass is turned down. Whoa. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. This is insane. That is awesome. Wow.
This is.
I'm amazed by how crisp and clean
It's
the
really,
sound is.
just having 6 speakers, 4 mids and highs and 2 subs, I mean, it's really, really clean.
It's a nice blend. It's like not overwhelming bass. I mean, the bass is insane, but it balances out.
still hear the music.
Yeah, you can still hear the music, and it doesn't rattle or shake.
Right.
Yeah, and with that blow through, we ain't even gonna need AC in this thing.
Might not.
Just turn the bass up.
Yeah, I was watching your shirt go.
Everything that you did is just awesome. I mean, you got the air controls in here, the bass knob, the head unit, everything you did in the back, it just looks amazing.
Now, we appreciate it. We wanted to do something kind of cool for you guys, and I think it turned out really good.
Joey, I can't say enough good things about it. Knocked it out of the park.
We really do appreciate you only got inviting us to do this with you guys, because it's been a pleasure for us. We love it.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to probably get this thing loaded up and get out of here soon.
Yeah, I mean, we got to get it back to the shop and get it ready for shows, because we got to show this off.
Hey, let's get it done.
All right.
Well, let's jam out a little first.
Yeah.
I cannot wipe that smile off my face. That's too good. Let's get this thing aired up and loaded up and get it back to the shop.